Good morning and welcome to the 445 Productive Through Joy show with your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher. The show airs each weekday morning, hella early AF at 4:45 a.m. here on YouTube's Michael Datcher channel and 4:45 p.m. on Facebook Live. Guys, today we're talking about theory and praxis, what you believe in and what you do, and that conflation of them both. Really interesting show today. You can go to productivethroughjoy.com to see about us. We speak to groups, schools, and organizations, again, about being productive through joy. Allow me to say a few words about myself first. Let me clear my throat. This is your host and your boy, Dr. Michael Datcher, author of the New York Times bestseller Raising Fences, author of the acclaimed historical novel Americus, author of the Pulitzer Prize nominated Animating Black and Brown Liberation, a Theory of American Literatures. I'm also the board president of the World Stage, a great nonprofit here in Los Angeles' Crenshaw District. My educational background is UC Berkeley as an undergrad, my master's from UCLA, and my PhD in English Lit. That throat needs to be clear. Let me clear my throat. I think that's it. I like to share this bio, not because I'm trying to ego aggrandize, but because people are almost always surprised to hear that level of productivity, given how crazy my own personal background is. I'm the product of a young girl who was sexually assaulted at age 16, gave birth to me at 17, and subsequently gave me up for adoption to a single divorcee, and a very challenging story. At the time, there was no biological father, no adopted father, no biological father. Difficult times for the young MD, yet as cool Modi famously said, "How you like me now?" Right? And if I can be this productive and be so through joy, I'm believing and knowing that other people can be as productive in their own ways, in their own lane. So that's what really inspires this show, because I know it's not where you're from, it's where you're about to go. All right, let's talk. We're talking about theory and praxis today. Just so much happening in the world. The murders, police beatdowns of women, of men too. Just the unbelievable amount of just open racism in Trump America. It's a lot right now. And in these times, really the call is for everyone to have hands on deck. And to do it, though, in what I would call a way that's sustainable, by undergirding the self, doing the internal work, right? Which is what today's show is about. So theory, people have kind of, I'm an expert in literary theory. That's just, as a professor and scholar, that's what I do, right? That's my expertise. And at times, people get theory gets a bad rap, because there's lots of theoreticians who are just, ego-aggrandizing and writing bad books that are difficult to read because they're just poorly written, and then trying to frame that bad writing as somehow good. Bad writing is just bad writing. Dense for dense sake is still bad writing. Theory is simply a technology to help you understand and organize and navigate the world, right? That's all really a theory is. Theory is good because it helps you, has a lot of practical applications. So, but it can't just stop at the theory. You want to actually apply the theory. We call that praxis, or practice the practice of the theory. All right, so theory and praxis. That's today's topic. And so, just as an example, so one love is my theory. That's my religion. That's my kind of personal philosophy. I believe that there's just love. There's one thing, and all those things have different articulations and manifestations, but it's just one love, right? And so, as a way of practice, it's incumbent upon me to live that out. So, serving people as they seek justice, greatness, and abundance, serving myself, my family, doing. And so, point one is that you want to think about what your theory is. Religion is a way to say theory, is an expression of a kind of theory. That's point one. Point two is you want to think about, how am I living out my theory? What is my praxis? Like, what is it? How does it look in my everyday life, right? We call it the practice of everyday living, right? Like, how am I living out my praxis, my everyday life, right? And point three is you want to be able to be in the process of constantly fine tuning, really being, we call it mindful, being self-aware as to what you are doing. Because of course, life ebbs and flows. You get distracted. There's a global pandemic. Police are killing people in broad daylight with people screaming, don't kill him. Police are just jumping on, are going to address issues in black neighborhoods, just beating up the people, unarmed black people. White people can go to the state capitol armed with assault weapons, and the police just, there's no hitting in the face, there's no pulling, there's no shooting. The police just let the people with the guns shout at them. I mean, it's so disturbing. But in a way, it's serving a good, because we're seeing out and out how white racism and white power and white privilege operates. I mean, it's really extraordinary. People calling the police, trying to get people killed for saying put your dog on the leash, because that's the rule. I almost cursed just now. And so, sorry, you want to be living out what you claim to believe. That's really important, especially if you have children, because if you have kids, you can talk to kids all day long. A kid, for the most part, is going to pretty much do what they see you do. Pretty much. I mean, there's always, there are going to be outliers to that, but over a period of time, and if they don't do it in the beginning, they'll eventually return to it, as the old people say, And so, let's be who we claim to be. Let's live out our theory. Let's be about our theory in praxis. Boom, goes the dynamite. Guys, we'll see you this afternoon at 4:45 p.m. Until then, let's talk about it and be about it.